heart, hustle, baseball. The game lives here. This is Pioneer League. Watch on home.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glacier Bank Park for Pioneer League Baseball. Today's matchup features the Glacier Range Riders and the RedPocket Mobiles in Game 6 of a 6-game series here at Glacier Bank Park. I said good evening, but it's more good afternoon as we got a Sunday matinee for you between the Range Riders and the Mobiles. Last night, the Range Riders fell behind 9-1 midway through the contest, but it was 11 unanswered runs by the Glacier Range Riders that pushed them to a victory over the RedPocket Mobiles. The Range Riders today go for their 7th straight win. And not only that, but their first 6-game series sweep since the 2023 season. They've only done it that one other time in franchise history. Should be an exciting contest between the RedPocket Mobiles and the Glacier Range Riders. It's been eventful games thus far. We'll take a quick break and come back with your starting lineups. The Range Riders and the Mobiles coming right up.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome back in. Just about ready to get underway, but first let's go over the starting lineups for the two sides here. Let's start for your Glacier Range Riders. Leading off, it'll be Alex Fernandez. Kyle Ashworth, after a clutch 3 RBI double yesterday, will bat second. Jake Millen will do the designated hitting and bat third. It's a Range Rider debut for Brock Vredenberg, the big first baseman out of Pasadena, California, by way of Michigan State and the Phillies organization. Carson Garner bats fifth, J.D. McLaughlin sixth. The bottom three is Steele, Lutzo, and Zampella, who made his professional debut yesterday. Cole Crescent gets the start. He was the starting pitcher on Tuesday. On the other side, let's go over the starting lineup for the Mobiles. It's Bishop leading off once again, while Kaufman bats second, Nieves third, Harrison, Dudley, Chavez, and Johnson are the middle three, while Frett, Maury Weaver, and Harold Torres round out the starting nine. First game appearance for Harold Torres, the catcher today. Cade Walker, who started on Tuesday and got a lot of work on that arm, over 100 pitches thrown, will start on this Sunday afternoon. We'll take a quick break and be back for first pitch from the Flathead Valley.
This is Johns Manville, built on experience, guided by people who believe every detail matters. We manufacture commercial roofing systems with purpose, combining performance, protection, and long-term reliability. From the science behind our products to the trust earned on every job, we focus on what lasts and what comes next. Steady leadership, proven performance. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Our national anthem sang live in stadium by local sister duo, Wild at Heart there. Range Riders and the Mobiles coming right up. Let's go over the defense for the Glacier Range Riders on this Sunday afternoon. Behind the plate, catching the balls and strikes, it'll be Johnny Lutzo, who has been solid in his first week of action. 1 week ago, he made his professional debut and looked really good for the Range Riders, getting on base plenty, and also it was a 21-2 victory, so that didn't hurt. Carson Garner's over at third base. Jacob Steele is the shortstop. Zampella at second. Vredenberg is the first baseman. Big target over there at first base. In the outfield from left to right, it's Ashworth, McLaughlin, and Fernandez. Reminder of the lineup for the Mobiles: Bishop, Kaufman, Nieves, Harrison, Dudley, Chavez, Johnson, Fret, Weaver, and Torres. Starting pitcher tonight is Cole Crescent, who has made the most of his Range Rider rebirth. In the one appearance that he's had, he just had one earned run, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and an ERA of 3.0. There was an unearned run due to an error, but he has looked really solid. And obviously, just coming up from Long Beach, it was about hitting the strike zone, giving his chance for his defense to compete, and he pretty much just did exactly that in a 9-2 victory on Tuesday over this Mobile squad that started off the series. Of course, Bishop did score twice against him, and Bishop will lead it off here in the top of the first inning against Cole Crescent. The Louisiana kid, Crescent, originally from Mandeville, Louisiana. Bishop will take his time getting into the left-handed batter's box. Post that foot at the back part of the rectangle. And we are underway with a swing and a hit. Zampella grabs it to throw from his backside, and it missed. An infield single for Braylon Bishop. Great speed there as Zampella did a good job to be able to get to it, but just too difficult to make that play. Underway at 1:05 p.m. here, 59 degrees and chill in the air. Not quite freezing, obviously, out there. 59, you'll take it. But a little bit of a wind, which certainly isn't helping make it super balmy out of the ballpark. There's a called ball. The count goes to 1-0, just low and away. Home plate umpire tonight is Mike Green, Travis Schatzman at first, Matt Beaver at third base. This one swung on to left center field, and that one is gone. Spence Kaufman has himself a 2-run home run over the left center field fence, and nearly every game in this series, runs have been put up in the top of the first inning by the RedPocket Mobiles as that 2-run blast makes it 2-0. Spence Kaufman, 392 feet 95 off the bat. Didn't look like the cleanest swing, but he made some solid contact with it. Range Riders deficit early, nothing new. Every single game, as this one is swung out to center, much more manageable maybe for the Range Riders center fielder McLaughlin, ends up as a deep flyout. Range Riders have trailed in every contest this series, and thanks to that, they have 5 come from behind victories, leaking their total on the year to 11. They've allowed 8 comeback wins, which is a game in which they were leading at some point and lost the lead. Swing and a miss from Jordan Harrison Dudley. Seen just 5 pitches from Cole Crescent, but it's 2-0 for Spence Kaufman, his 3rd home run of the season. The 0-1. Swing and a miss as well. Count goes to 0-2. Crescent started the season with the Long Beach Coast. Last year played for Yuba Sutter. The 0-2. Fouled off by Harrison Dudley. .312 batting average, 9 home runs, 31 RBI. This one hit well out to center. McLaughlin giving chase back to the track, and it is gone again. That one 408 off the bat for Jordan Harrison Dudley, who's sprinting around the base paths. It is 3-0 in favor of the RedPocket Mobiles. Harrison Dudley, his 10th home run of the season. Three to nothing, Range Riders in the deficit here, top of the first inning. Josiah Chavez now stepping up to the plate. Outside, count goes to 1-0 for Chavez. .365 batting average, 8 home runs, 22 RBIs. This one over and through on the right side of the infield. There's a base knock by this Mobile squad, who is clearly seeing the pitches from Crescent well. Infield single, home run, fly out, home run. And now a single to the outfield. Up comes Justin Johnson, top home run hitter on this squad. First pitch misses, and the count goes to 1-0. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. One hit on the ground just beyond the dive of Steele. A base knock for Johnson now. First pitch into Keyshawn Frett, misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled off by Fred. Only 15 pitches thrown by Crescent, but it's 3-0 in trouble right now brewing. Inning could get worse here for Crescent, trying to weather the storm. In the first, there's a called strike to make the count 1-2. Outside. This one hit towards third. A chance for two, the throw for one, and the throw for two is in time. 5-4-3 double play that ends the inning. It's 2 home runs, however, that make it 3-0. Range Riders up to bat in the bottom of the first. As we take a look back at this double play, grounded into by Fred. Good job on the turn from Zampella, the second baseman. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Up comes Alex Fernandez here in the bottom of the first inning. Fernandez will lead it off against Cade Walker. Defensive alignment is Torres behind home plate, Johnson at third, Kaufman at short, Nieves at second. Harrison Dudley over there at first. The outfield from left to right is Chavez, Bishop, and Fret. That one missing downstairs. Count goes to 2-0. 3-0 scoreline. RedPocket Mobiles lead early. There's a called strike, and the count goes to 2-1 for Alex Fernandez, who's batting .357, has 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled off. It'll get out of play. Cade Walker, just like Crescent, got the start on Tuesday in this matchup. Walker has an .806 ERA. 5th start of the year, 0-1 record. He has 14 strikeouts to 13 walks. Walker, a southpaw, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Finished up his collegiate career at Jackson State. The 2-1 pitch, or 2-2 pitch, excuse me. Hit on the ground, slow roller deep in the hole. They're not going to get him. No way on that one. As just too much speed from Fernandez. Kaufman, all he could do was grab it before biting the bullet. Up comes Kyle Ashworth, his clutch bases clearing double. in the 8th inning yesterday. Ended up giving the Range Riders the win. First pitch missing from Walker, who took a ton of wear and tear on that arm on Tuesday. Pick off back to first. Obviously, Fernandez itching to go. 20 stolen bases on the season for Fernandez. And he's running. Throw in, not in time. Fernandez now 21 stolen bases, nearing the halfway mark to the Range Rider record. Pitch in was a ball, so the count is 2-0. At least a ball, according to the home plate umpire. 2-0 pitch into Kyle Ashworth. Upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. In that game, I got Cade Walker down for 113 pitches, allowing 7 earned runs over 5 innings of work. Ball 4, missing inside. He had 5 walks, 5 strikeouts in those 5 innings. Walker this season has 14 strikeouts in 22 and a third innings. Up comes Jake Millen into the right-handed batter's box. Very much a duo on the base pass that could try a double steal here, so keep an eye out for it. Especially with the right-handed batter up. It's always difficult to throw down to third. First pitch misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. Free passes last night was a major issue for this RedPocket mobile squad. The bullpen got into a lot of trouble thanks to some walks being issued. The 1-0 pitch into Millen. Double steal's coming, and no throw will come from Torres. Called a strike, count goes to 1-1. Fernandez now has his 22nd stolen base of the season, while Ashworth over there now on second has his 11th swiped back. 4 Range Riders in double-figure steals. It's not a number we saw very high for most players last year. The 1-1. Thought about swinging, it's called strike. Count goes to 1-2. That one was dead center at 76 on Millen. Came in, pinch hit opportunity last night, struck out in that moment. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, bottom of the first. Fouled off. For Millen, team leader in home runs. He's also the team leader in strikeouts. So obviously the pros and the cons right there with what he can encapsulate. The 1-2 pitch. This one hit, and it should do the trick for a run to score. An RBI ground out Nieves to Dudley on the 4-3 put out. Fernandez across home. It is 3-1. The Range Riders will not be shut out today. Now stepping up to bat for his first AB as a Range Rider, it is Brock Vredenberg. Vredenberg is an intimidating guy to face at the plate. Lefty, standing 6'6", 230 pounds. Pitch misses upstairs, which is difficult to do on Vredenberg. Vredenberg, originally from Southern California, was recruited by a lot of the schools in the area, but he sent out an email, reached out to every single Power 5 school, waiting for somebody to give him the opportunity. That one misses inside. Count goes to 2-0. It was Michigan State that gave him a response and asked for him to come up to East Lansing. That's exactly what he did. Had a phenomenal career for the Spartans before the Philadelphia Phillies organization gave him an opportunity. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. Drafted. Actually, it was the Marlins that gave him the initial opportunities. That one's buffed foul. Marlins gave him the opportunity, drafted him in the 3rd round of the 2023 draft. before shifting him to Philadelphia, where he played his last 2 seasons with Jersey Shore, the Blue Claws. This one again just out ahead of it, foul ball. Here goes to 2-2. This spring, played 43 games for Jersey Shore. Hit 1 home run, 14 RBIs, 142 batting average though. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. As that one upstairs and in, but takes a fortunate bounce off the wall for the RedPocket Mobiles. Vredenberg's first at bat as a Glacier Range Rider player will be a full count pitch with a runner on third. Final year at Michigan State, Vredenberg batted .413 home runs, 69 RBIs. And he fouls this one off. It's a quality AB, no doubt about it, in his first at bat. Couple 2-strike foul balls here. He's seen what I got as 7 pitches thus far. The 8th pitch of the at bat, a 3-2. 1-out pitch from Cade Walker into Brock Vredenberg. Ball 4, Vredenberg will toss the bat back to the dugout. He is batting, or on base percentage of 1,000 in his Range Rider career. That was the thing that was probably frustrating in general for him. He only drew 22 walks in his 163 plate appearances this season for Jersey Shore. Up comes Carson Garner. First pitch in, hit just foul over near Kyle Ashworth, standing in foul territory over there. Carson Garner, no doubt home run in the 4th inning of yesterday's contest. And when he hit it, it kind of looked like, okay, well, at least that was a cool highlight for the fans to see. Turns out it was the spark behind 11 unanswered runs for the Glacier Range Riders. As time is called, well, that ball is removed from the field. 0-1 count, 1 out. Into Garner. That home run last night was his, as there's a swing and a miss. Vredenberg steals second. Big dude, but he's got speed as well. He had 20 stolen bases in the 2024 minor league season. And he had 3 this year. So how about it from Vredenberg, flashing some wheels. This one out towards the left field, just in front of it is Carson Garner. Blistered well, it went 371 feet, but it was foul. Would have been long gone into left field. But again, just ahead of the pitch. A 76-mile-per-hour breaker from Walker, who will fire his 26th pitch of the inning. This one hit and through on the left side. Vredenberg will move up a base, and Ashworth will score. It is an RBI single by Garner. And it's 3-2 with a tying run on third. Both starting pitchers dealing with the opposing offenses, having already seen them for a game this week, and that certainly has helped. J.D. McLaughlin steps up to the plate with runners on the corners, 1 out, 3-2 contest. First pitch, a called strike right at the top of the zone to J.D. J.D. on the season, he's had a pretty good week. 273 batting average, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs, on-base percentage sitting at 373. As the throw over to first base is enough to fly Harrison Dudley to the floor. And so, despite the fact that Garner was moving on first movement from the pitcher, a little bit of an errant throw is a stolen base, and that goes down as a stolen base because he was running and he was forcing the throw out of RedPocket, so it's not an error. You can't give an error on a stolen base unless there's extra bases advanced. A stolen base attempt, I should say. This one to shallow center field, and that's not where you want to hit it because it takes away the sacrifice opportunity. A pop out for out number 2, and up comes Jacob Steele as Nieves corralled the pop-up. Hit right here could really change this feel of the first inning. Because right now the Range Riders have got a couple back, but they haven't gotten all 3 back to give Crescent his full confidence. going into the second inning. First pitch into Jacob Steele hits the zone. I will say, despite the fact that Crescent got 3 runs on him, he kept his pitch count in much better shape than Walker, only firing 18 pitches, while Walker's next pitch is his 30th of the inning. The 0-1 2-out pitch to Steele. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Count goes to 0-2. Steele, his first series back from coming off the IL. And it's been a great kind of back to work series for him. 305 batting average, 3 home runs, 26 RBIs now. The 0-2 pitch in from Walker to Steele. Called, strike 3, took it down the middle at 76. The breaker gets Walker out of the inning. Range Riders get 2, but they strand 2 in scoring position. We head to the second, 3-2 RedPocket.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Top of the second inning, 8-9-1 due up for the RedPocket Mobiles. 5 runs total in inning number 1 between these two sides. Obviously, lots of game to go, but a brief look ahead for the Range Riders. They head to Great Falls on Tuesday to take on the Great Falls Voyagers for the final 3 games those two squads will play against each other. The Range Riders have already won that series on the season over Great Falls. The RedPocket Mobiles will play 3 down in Missoula before heading back to a ballpark which has broken their heart a couple times this week. Swing and a miss by Maury Weaver. Count goes to 0-2. They will play 4th of July weekend here at Glacier Bank Park. July 3rd, July 4th, July 5th. We're expecting sellouts nearly every day. It is going to be an absolutely electric atmosphere. So if you're in the Valley, first of all, look at the weather report. I'm telling you, look at the weather report. Weather's going to be great this weekend. You combine that with all the festivities we have going on. Obviously, a red-hot Range Rider team on a 6-game winning streak. It is suiting up to be a lot of fun. Foul ball, 2-2. Another foul ball. Good fight from Maury Weaver here. Weaver on the season batting .221. Has no home runs, 6 RBIs. Two again. Bluffed on it. It was just a bit upstairs, according to our home plate umpire. The 3-2 pitch, payoff into Weaver. Swing and a miss. Got him with the punch out pitch, up and in at 90 miles per hour. Up steps Harold Torres, the catcher for the RedPocket Mobiles, Range Riders clearly wanting stolen bases to be a part of their strategy today. 5 stolen bases in the bottom of the first inning against Torres, who has mostly served as the bullpen catcher this week. There's a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on the season. Torres is batting .118, no home runs, 1 RBI. Swing and miss there. Count goes to 0-2. Harold Torres, originally from Yauco, Puerto Rico. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Played in the draft league for the West Virginia Black Bears. Called the ball outside, 1-2. I think I got it pretty close with the pronunciation. Yauco. We'll stick with it. This one hit on the ground towards third, fielded by Garner. The throw to Vredenberg is on target in time, out number 2. Flip over the lineup card. Braylon Bishop, an infield single. His first time up was along for the ride on the Kaufman home run. He has scored 3 runs against Cole Crescent. Every time he stepped up to the plate, he has found his way around the bases when Crescent's been on the mound. The 1-0. Sky high fly to center. Backing up to the track and making the catch is J.D. McLaughlin. Great over-the-shoulder grab to get out his fellow center fielder. Bishop breached that one 402 feet. It would have gone off the fence if not for the sturdy glove of J.D. We head to the bottom of the second after a shutout frame fired by Crescent.
In 1858, one man's ingenuity sparked a legacy. When Henry Ward Johns set out to rethink roofing, he built something that would last. That spirit carried forward in 1901, when Johns joined forces with Charles Manville, creating Johns Manville. For more than 160 years, through challenge and change, innovation and resilience have defined who we are. Today, backed by Berkshire Hathaway, Johns Manville is trusted in the commercial roofing industry, with systems built to perform.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning. Scott Gladstone with you as number 8 batter for the Glacier Range Riders. Johnny Lutzow steps up to the plate. Lutzow, Zampella, and Fernandez. Early scoreboards to report from around the PBL. The Range Riders, as of right now, the Modesto Roadsters doing them a favor thanks to an 8-1 lead midway through the contest with the Long Beach Coast. They've scored 8 runs in the first 3 innings. Long Beach answered with 1 in the 4th. Solo shot by Emilio Corona, former Great Falls Voyager. Counts 0-2 on Johnny Lutzow. 3-2 scoreline here. In Ogden, Utah, it's 3-0. Raptors lead the Voyagers. Foul ball by Lutzow. Stays at 0-2. Boise and Idaho Falls will get going at 2 o'clock. At 2:05, Missoula hosts Billings. I don't know why Idaho Falls plays at 2. Missoula decided for some reason playing at 2 is what they wanted to do. But I'll tell you what, it's on the best weather days. It is hard to get any energy from a Sunday crowd in Missoula. 0-2 pitch into Lutzow. Downstairs. Count goes to 1-2. Lutzow's had a great start to his PBL tenure. 600 batting average. Still waiting for that first home run, that first RBI. Been hit by 2 pitches as well. Classic catcher vibe. The 1-2 pitch into Lutzow. Downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yuba Sutter and Oakland are celebrating Christmas in June. And they will get going, getting going shortly here. Why wouldn't you have that on June 25th? Foul ball. When I was in Rockford, my one summer in the Northwoods League, we had a halfway to Christmas celebration, and that was June 25th. And it was really funny because as this one's upstairs and the count goes to 3-2. It was funny because there was one intern. Well, I'll tell you, he wasn't the brightest guy, but he kept on saying, "Why isn't halfway to Christmas June 12th at noon?" At noon, like, because half of 25 is 12 and a half. It's a ball 4 and a walk to Johnny Lutzow to lead off the inning. Up comes Walker Zampella, which I guess makes sense on the surface, but what everybody was saying is like, no, halfway to Christmas means that from the end of Christmas, you're 6 months. A full year's 12 months. Exactly 6 months from that is going to be halfway getting back to Christmas. That's the thing. So exactly 6 months from December 25th is June 25th. Called strike, count goes to 0-1. But he was pretty adamant that because Christmas is on December 12th, December 25th, 12/25, that the halfway to Christmas is half of 12 and half of 25. Which, I guess halfway to Christmas from the start of the year, but we're going halfway to Christmas. Yeah, you can make the argument that that's what he was going for. The 12 p.m. was killing me though. Whenever that conversation was had, it has to. Halfway to Christmas is 12 and a half, which is the 12th at noon. Just give it the full day. We are over halfway to Christmas from the last Christmas, so happy halfway to Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy 3-1 count to Walker Zampella. Zampella put a ball into play in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it enticed the error out of Johnson, which scored the game-tying run before Ashworth cleared the bases and essentially won the contest for Glacier. 3-1 pitch, it's ball 4. Zampella has himself a free pass. 2 walks as we flip over the lineup card to Alex Fernandez, 1 for 1 with an infield single. Zampella got an infield hit yesterday, finished 1 for 4. On base percentage is not helped by errors, which to me I think is not, it shouldn't be the case. It's you're getting on base, and I think it's really frustrating. I'm lucky that the stat program that I use to keep my own kind of book virtually on my iPad, it gives me the stat of reached on errors for different guys, because I do think that's a very valuable stat to have. I was talking all the way back in year 1 of the Range Riders organization about the reached on error stat. I believe it was with Range Rider manager that inaugural season, Nick Hogan, and talking about how much he values it, what does he see out of something like that as there's a ball and the count goes to 1-0. And he said it's all about, one, a guy putting it in play, which is great. There's a lot of times when you need somebody to put it in play rather than get a strikeout. 2, it's about the pressure that you put on a defender. Do you put it in an awkward spot that they can't make a perfect play off of, as this one carrying to center field is playable for Bishop. Catch is made, no throw will come in from Bishop. Fly out by Fernandez, good for out number 1 here. Up comes Ashworth, 0 for 0 with a walk himself and a run scored. And certainly there's a lot of times when speed, if a guy bobbles it for a brief moment and you have enough speed to make sure that that's enough to reach you, sometimes the scorer will say, okay, well, he bobbled it for a half second, like it has to be an error. But a lot of guys are still getting out in that situation. So then they don't get a reached on error, they get an out. Count goes to 1-0. I do not know, that's all to say, I don't know the current reached on error leader for the Range Riders. Sometimes it's all just about luck and getting 50-50 balls in the weird spots, and sometimes when you do that on the road, it'll be scored as an error. It's all about the eyes of the official scorer and scorers seeing it too, because so many errors can be made as an argument for a hit as well, and vice versa. There's a lot of middle ground. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch into Ashworth. Low, 3-1. Starting the game, there was no bodies in the RedPocket Mobiles dugout or bullpen, but now there are bodies that are up and just kind of pacing around out there. Ball 4, it's 4 walks that have loaded up the bases. We say it all the time when talking about Pioneer League baseball, and really it applies to all baseball. But as a pitcher, you will consistently take hard hit balls, maybe home runs, over walks. You can recover from a solo home run more than you can recover from if you load the bases and then allow a hit or a home run there. We've learned that the last couple nights with the walk numbers given up by this RedPocket Mobile squad. Last night was a complete implosion in the 7th inning when they walked 4 guys home to a 5-run inning. Jake Millen is 0 for 1, but does have an RBI thanks to a ground out towards second. That one skips in. Count goes to 1-1. This is a moment for Millen, just like the last time he was up, where adjusting himself and his mindset to be okay with a deep fly out rather than a strikeout to make sure you score this tying run on third base is important. There's a called strike. Count goes to 1-2, right at the bottom of the zone for Millen. Bases loaded, 1 out. This is the sacrifice. Opportunity in play. Friedenberg waits on deck. He's walked this afternoon. The 1-2, 1 out pitch into Millen. Swing and a miss. Millen turned down on strikeouts. And that's the 51st strikeout on the year for Jake. Let's see if Friedenberg can come up clutch in his Range Rider debut. He had a walk his last time up, but was stranded on third base. This one hit on the ground. Will it be enough? Yes, it will just be enough time for Nieves to get to it. The Range Riders load the bases with 1 out, do nothing with it. We head to the top of the 3rd.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome back in. Top of the third inning. Glacier Range Riders trailing the RedPocket Mobiles by a score of 3-2 here. Bases loaded, 1 out last half inning. Range Riders couldn't do anything with it. Millen strikeout and a Vredenberg ground out into a fielder's choice. First pitch into Kaufman, who's 1 for 1 with a 2-run blast. Stabs in. Fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. There's a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crescent on 35 pitches. Pitch count wise, he's in a lot better situation than Walker, who was thrown 56. Fouled off. Off the lower body of Kaufman. You can hear maybe a little bit the wind that's kind of rolling through right now. 58 degrees, chill in the air. Call the ball outside. Count goes to 2-2. Thought they'd get the call from home plate umpire, not so much. It's a good sell attempt by Lutzow. I had to believe for a second before I looked at the ABS strike zone, so it was quite a large miss. This one hit on the ground towards short, fielded by Steele. The throw is good to Vredenberg. 1 out, top of the third inning. Up steps Hector Nieves. He flied out to center. There's a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Range Riders 21 wins, 14 losses this season. On the other side, it's a 7-28 squad. 7-29 actually now. No, 28. 7-28 through 35 games. Range Riders 21-14 through 35. Fouled off. 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Downstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on third and less than 2 outs. That was a situation we looked at the past 2 innings. The Range Riders have not been able to get runs from it. As that's called ball 4. A walk issued to Nieves. Range Riders actually have been pretty good scoring runs in those scenarios. .532 batting average. Not batting average, but they've scored that run 53% of the time, compared to opponents who have only scored that run 48% of the time. First pitch is a called strike into Jordan Harrison Dudley, who had a home run to center field his last time up. Runner's going, it's a called strike, and they got him at second. Nieves caught stealing. And a nice throw by by Johnny Lutzo. Steele applied a clean tag. The trickiest situation for the Range Riders is when they have got that runner on third and less than 2 outs. It has just come to the parts in the lineup that have struggled with it. I mentioned 53% of the time they've been able to score those runs. As this is a tapper over towards second. We'll see what Zampella can do. Great job to glove it, flip underhand for out number 3. We'll talk more about that when the Range Riders, heck, they'll probably have another chance on third with less than 2 outs in the bottom of the third. It's 3-2, Garner, McLaughlin, and Steele when we get there.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Innovation has always been at the core of Johns Manville. From advanced testing labs to real-world job sites, we rethink what roofing can deliver. Through science, precision engineering, and decades of real-world experience, we engineer commercial roofing systems that deliver lasting performance. At Johns Manville, innovation means listening, learning, and building solutions that meet today's needs while preparing for what's next. This is progress with purpose.
Welcome back in. Bottom of the third inning. Carson Garner leads us off. Garner, McLaughlin, and Steele. Garner stepping in. Cade Walker out for his third inning of work. He's been made to work. Only 2 runs against him as that one misses off the shoe tops. Control has been his biggest issue, to the tune of 5 walks. Also allowed 5 stolen bases. Range Riders have been walking and running, but not scoring as much as obviously the 3 thanks to the long ball. Range Riders have just 2 hits today. Both coming in the first, a Garner single. There's a swing and a miss. And a Alex Fernandez infield single. So Walker's been able to keep the cap on it somewhat. At 60 pitches, 5 days after throwing 113, you wonder how long the leash will be. Gets under this one into center field. Bishop makes the grab, out number 1. So with JD stepping up here, like I said, Range Riders have had a couple opportunities with runners on third, less than 2 outs, which means you have a sacrifice to score a run. They've done fairly well with those situations in general, but there's been 2 players that have struggled a little bit with that, and I think that's partially because JD had those strikeout numbers pretty high. He's reined it back in over the last couple weeks, but they were pretty high to start the season. So he's only scored 7 RBIs in 18 opportunities, and make that 19 because he popped out in that situation. As that one just foul. Counts 0-2. And Jake Millen has also really struggled with that, and that's in big part due to the strikeout numbers he has. 4 RBIs in 21 opportunities, with a runner on third and less than 2 outs. This one hit. Hard shot right at second base where Nieves fields and throws for out number 2. Last thing you want to do is give Cade Walker a clean and quick inning. So Jacob Steele will be saddled with that. He struck out looking to end the first inning with runners on second and third. That pitch misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. The Paddleheads and the Paddleheads and the Billings Mustangs has officially been rained out today, which creates an interesting situation because let's see if they play the rest of the first half. Technically, if the Range Riders, specifically the Range Riders, make a go at it and are able to make it a close race in the standings, which is an uphill battle right now, but hypothetically, if they were able to make a run at it, then that game would probably be made up in the second half to determine a first half spot. Swing and a miss, count goes to 2-2. They do not play for the rest of the first half, Missoula and Billings. As there's a swing and a miss. Steele struck out on 5 pitches. 12-pitch inning by Walker, his best inning by far of the day. It's 3-2 RedPocket.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
It's the top of the 4th inning. Glacier Range Riders with a 3-2 deficit right now. Somebody get that hat back on hook. Josiah Chavez leads us off. He's 1 for 1 with the single through the right side. Chavez, Johnson, and Frett. Here in this half inning, first pitch missing inside. We saw 5 runs scored in the first. The last 2 frames have brought nothing across for either side. This one hit, and Zampella just can't grab it. Playing a little bit deeper towards the line probably was Zampella because of the base knock that was sprayed on that side of him, and this time it goes the other way. Leadoff single by Chavez. Range Riders, of course, had runners first and second in the bottom of the 2nd inning and got nothing from it in a frame that saw 3 walks to load the bases with 1 out and came up empty. 1 ball, no strikes. Justin Johnson, 1 for 1, singled up the middle. Swing and a miss. On and off speed. Count goes to 1-1. Swing and a miss again as Johnson was thinking big thoughts about that 88-mile-per-hour pitch that was up and in. Johnson, a player for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox last year. Swing and a miss. A punch out by Crescent. I believe the Sky Sox did match up with the Yuba Sutter Freebirds, so that matchup, Yuba Sutter was the High Whalers then, but I believe that matchup did happen at some point last year. Johnson versus Crescent. Up comes Keyshawn Frett, who's grounded into a double play. Don't talk MLB very much on the broadcast here, but on this Sunday, as we're nearing the midway point of this Range Rider Pioneer League season, good time to check in on some of the MLB kind of standings. See where teams are right now. I lose track of it as this one goes sky high. Will it stay in play? No, it's coming down in the 4th row, right behind home plate there. Count goes to 1-1. Right now, the AL East is a tight one between 2 squads. Toronto, Baltimore, and Boston all below 500, while Tampa Bay and New York are currently tied atop the AL East. The run differential is staggering, as this one is a sky-high fly to right field, but slowing up. And making the grab is Fernandez. 2 gone on the fly out by Frett. Maury Weaver stepping in. He led off the 2nd inning with the strikeout. The run differential is crazy. New York has a plus 102 run differential, while Tampa Bay is plus 20. And they have virtually the same record. New York has played 2 more games, so give them a little bit more, but 82 more runs is staggering. The Chicago White Sox on a really great run this year right now. They got a young and scrappy team. And they have a 1-game lead on Cleveland in the AL Central, as this one out to center field falls for a base hit. First to third goes Chavez. And Maury Weaver with a 2-out single. Up comes Harold Torres, 0 for 1. With a ground out to third. In the AL West, the Mariners have just a half-game lead on the Texas Rangers. Everybody's pretty much in that division except for the Angels. Not only are the Rangers a half-game back, but the Astros and the Athletics are 1.5 games back. That division's playing pretty bad right now, I'll tell you that much. This one tapped over to third, but foul. 0-1 count. The Mariners are the only team in the AL West with a plus run differential. And that's plus 5. Everybody else is in the minus, including the Athletics. 1.5 games back at first place, who are minus 51 in run differential. Runners going, check swing, did make contact with it. Count goes to 0-2 on Harold Torres. In the NL, the West is going to be the West, which is going to be Dodgers leading with a plus 150 run differential, 23 games above 500. San Diego 9 games back of them in the NL West. The Padres lead the NL Central, and the Atlanta Braves lead the NL East. 0-2, missing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Can the number 9 batter, Harold Torres, the catcher, come up with a clutch AB? Called strike 3. A challenge by Torres. Smartly so. He will save a strikeout. The runner should have to go back to first because he did steal second, Weaver. Successful challenge. The reason why the runner has to go back to first, kind of obvious, but if you're not following, it is because Lutzow didn't have to throw down to second. The inning was over on a called strike as he's running again. And that one, asked if he went, they said he did. Called swinging strike 3, which I don't know if he went, but that's how the inning ends. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is Mobiles 3, Range Riders 2, RedPocket Strands 2 on the bases.
Need a space that offers both a place to dine and an area to mingle in style? Book the Hideaway and Corner Suite at Glacier Bank Park. You and up to 50 guests will enjoy full catering services in the Hideaway, and incredible mountain views and comfortable furnishings in the luxury Corner Suite. This versatile combination offers a space to dine and a place to relax, creating the perfect arrangement for guests looking to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Lutzow, Zampella, and Fernandez due up in this half frame. Johnny Lutzow walked to lead off the 2nd, was left stranded at 3rd in that half inning. First pitch is called a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Lutzow laces that one. Grabbed over at short. The throw to first is in time. What a play by Kaufman. That one launched 100 miles per hour. He had to go down to his tail to be able to make the play on it. Spinorama up and a nice throw to first. Can't be disappointed about a 100-mile-per-hour hit there by Lutzow. Just close enough to short as Zampella steps in. It was bases loaded in the bottom of the 2nd, 1 out. Since then, it has been 6 straight retired by Walker. The 1-0 into Zampella, who was left on second in that situation. Walker Zampella from Edison, New Jersey. A lot easier for the family to tune in on the Sunday games. That's a ball. It's 3-0 to Zampella. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to the Edison native. Edison, if you don't know where it is, it's part of the greater Newark metropolitan area. Just a little bit southwest of Newark Airport. Which I'll tell you what, I've flown into Newark Airport recently, and it's a lot better of an airport than it gets credit for. There's a called ball down low to Alex Fernandez. Zampella at a 1-0 count. And if you were wondering, why is it called Edison, as Zampella running to second, the throw in, got him. Zampella caught stealing, and it was a strike as well to Fernandez. Torres able to get the punch out via the cause stealing, and there's 2 outs. Thanks to that. Edison, New Jersey, named after Thomas Edison, who had his main laboratory in the township. Called the ball on that pitch, low and away to Fernandez. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here as Fernandez tries to see if he can spark something. When he steps up to the plate, never count out. The Range Riders being able to score a run, just because if he walks to first here, he'll be to second and third in the blink of an eye with the stolen base ability. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Called strike. 3-2. Count goes full. Next pitch will be the 80th pitch from Cade Walker. (3-2), 2-out pitch. Ball 4. They ask if he went. Torres probably frustrated with the fact that he got called for a swinging strike 3. He went, I don't know if I would have called it. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Up comes Kyle Ashworth. Called strike in Ashworth. Count goes to 0-1. Ashworth on base percentage at .536. He's second on the team behind Alex Fernandez, who takes a big lead off. I think he's going to go, but I think he's going to wait to see a couple pitches to make sure that Walker gets that pitch count up, just in case he gets caught, as there is a pickoff attempt over to first. No tag. Oh, it's called a balk. That's why there was no tag applied. Fernandez will take his base to second. I'll tell you what, it doesn't go down as a stat at all for Fernandez, but box enticed because you're a rabble-rouser on the base pass as he runs to third, no throw. Count goes to 2-1, and man, I love it when Fernandez makes me look a little bit smart. He didn't steal second, but he got the balk to second, and then he stole third. And I told you, you walk him, and he gets to third in the blink of an eye. Here we are, just 3 pitches seen, and he's 90 feet away. 2 ball, 1 strike. Low, skips in. Torres blocks it. Maury Weaver, by the way, is over at third base. I think I originally had him reported as the designated hitter, but it's Johnson that's DHing. Ball 4, Ashworth walks to first. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Ashworth at first base. And up comes Jake Millen, 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out and a strikeout. Here's a situation where you almost, well, you're much more comfortable with Millen because I mentioned he struggled with 1 out, getting the runner across, but as he swings and misses on that one, with 2 outs, you want your home run hitter up in some regard because a strikeout, it's the same. It is what it is, where a home run with 2 outs is a great way to get everybody home. One makes the count 1-1, misses low and in off the shoe tops for Millen coming into this contest. A batting average of .233, but an on-base percentage of .406. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. He does walk plenty, Jake Millen. Runners going, no throw, as it is a called strike in the lower outside corner of the zone. The Range Riders steal another base. They are running rampant on Harold Torres back there, who is okay biting the bullet, not throwing a second, just deal with the batter in front of you. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 21st pitch of the inning by Walker. Swing and a miss. Millen struck out, and the Range Riders strand 2 in scoring position. They've now done that in 3 out of 4 innings. We head to the 5th. It's 3-2.
At Johns Manville, it's always been about people, the people who design the systems, the people who build them, and the people who depend on them to perform every day. That's why we approach commercial roofing with care, collaboration, and respect for what's at stake. Because every roof protects more than a building. It protects people, livelihoods, and peace of mind. That's the responsibility we stand behind. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Welcome back. It is the top of the 5th inning here. RedPocket Mobiles with a 3-2 lead over the Glacier Range Riders. Called strike in there from Crescent to Bishop. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. Nobody out, top of the 5th inning. RedPocket 3, Glacier 2. This one a tapper, hit back to Cole Crescent, who will loop it a little bit high over there. One out, top of the 5th inning. Up steps Kaufman, who fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1, one out. One and one. That one misses. Fouled off by Kaufman. 2-run blast right now. His home run in part the difference in this contest. Upstairs, 2-2. One out, top 5. Two pitch into Kaufman, and it is a ball outside. 3-2, full count now to Kaufman. This one over to third, a couple back steps from Garner. The throw to first is on target, and just in time for out number 2. Crescent has really recovered since that funky top of the 1st inning, where a couple home runs got to him. Two outs. Up steps Hector Nieves, 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch clock violation on the pitcher. Count goes to 1-0. Johnny Lutzo asking the questions. Hey, wait a minute. Fouled off on the first pitch thrown. Count goes to 1-1. This one hit into right field where Fernandez grabs it after it's down for a hit from Nieves. A 2-out base knock puts Nieves aboard. First pitch to Jordan Harrison Dudley, a solo home run that is truly the difference right now. It was a 2-0 game when he laced one over the outfield fence. There's a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. Fouled off by Jordan Harrison Dudley. Two balls, one strike. And there's ball three. Now behind a hitter's count for a dangerous hitter in Harrison Dudley. Swing and a miss. This one hit sky high to left, and he might have another one. It's gone. Jordan Harrison Dudley, a 2-run blast over the left field fence. It is 5-3 RedPocket. Five to 2 goes the scoreline. RedPocket in front. The second home run of the contest for Harrison Dudley. His 11th of the season. Two pitch taken for a ride as Crescent fell behind in the count and could never make it up. First pitch into Josiah Chavez. Called a strike. Chavez 2 for 2, 2 singles. Swing and a miss on that one. Count goes to 0-2. Nobody warming up in the pen, so it looks like we're going to get a 5th inning of work from Cade Walker on 89 pitches. Low and away. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one popped up. Backpedaling is Steele and looking to Ashworth, who makes a last-minute spurt in to make the grab for out number 3. 2-run blast, the second of the game by Harrison Dudley. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 5-2 RedPocket.
Range Riders fans, Glacier Bank Park offers a variety of suites to accommodate groups of all sizes, from small gatherings to parties of up to 65 people. The balcony views and exclusive services create a premium experience for celebrations, reunions, and outings of all kinds. Enjoy the convenience and comfort of your private space, breathtaking Montana scenery, and high-level action on the field, while our dedicated hospitality team creates an unforgettable experience for you and your family, friends, or business associates.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back, bottom of the fifth inning. I mentioned I thought it'd be Cade Walker back out there, but it is a new pitcher as Robbie Coronado entering the contest. Coronado will step in as he did briefly appear in the implosion in the bottom of the eighth inning a few nights ago. Ended up allowing 2 earned runs to his name in 2/3 of an inning. Opposing batters hitting .600 against him in the 2/3 of an inning of work. First pitch is delivered into the zone on Vredenberg. Brock Vredenberg 0 for 1 with the ground into a fielder's choice. Roberto Coronado goes by Robbie. This one hammered into right field, looking back and not being able to make the play. Fret looked like he got shot like a wounded duck or something there, as that one ripped 109 miles per hour for Brock Vredenberg. His first hit as a range rider, a stand-up double into right field. Carson Garner now steps up. Vredenberg, a returner in a sense. I mean, he was not here at the start of the season for RedPocket, but a returner under Dimitri Young because he pitched 6 2/3 innings last year to the tune of a 22.95 ERA. That one goes to the backstop, a wild pitch. Control was an issue. 8 walks in 6 2/3 innings last year. No walks in his one appearance he made earlier this week. He also had a wild pitch, 2 balks, and 3 hit-by pitches in an adventurous 6 2/3 innings. 2 starts for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Upstairs, count goes to 2-0. Range Riders runner on third, less than 2 outs. Here we go again. Carson Garner stepping up to the plate, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Will this one stay fair? In the pouring rain, it will not. This is tough conditions for Coronado to deal with right now. And I will say, there might be a little pressure on the Range Riders to come up with a result here in this bottom of the inning, because once a game goes 5, umpires can call the game final if they put it in delay, wait 30 minutes, the conditions haven't changed, then they can make the call that a game is over. That has only happened kind of once in similar conditions in the first ever game in franchise history. Ball leaked away from Torres, but not enough. Count goes to 3-1. It was a cold and rainy Tuesday night here at Glacier Bank Park on June 14, 2022. And it was raining the same magnitude all night, kind of like it is now. But after the 5th inning, that's when the umpires decided the rain had magically gotten more heavy and was enough to put it into a delay. Count goes to 3-2 on a swing and miss. But put it into a delay, and then after 30 minutes, the game was called. A very anticlimactic finish to the first ever game in Range Rider history. 3-2. Called ball 4. Missing outside. Garner works himself aboard, tying run to the plate just like that. And J.D. McLaughlin. Mentioned J.D. McLaughlin has struggled, only bringing in an RBI in about 38% of his opportunities with a runner on third, less than 2 outs. Five to 2 scoreline. Bottom of the 5th inning. That one misses. Of course, we got artificial turf here, so worrying about the field conditions are not a problem where That usually is the case on grass and dirt fields. The dirt turns into mud pretty quickly. Nothing to worry about here. The 1-0 pitch upstairs, but that means opposing teams especially have to fight through conditions that they're pretty unfamiliar with in terms of pitching in wet weather when that situation arises. This one hit on the ground, a chance for 2. Flip for 1, the throw is not in time, gets by over at first base, an RBI fielder's choice to score a run. Great job by the Range Rider center fielder McLaughlin to be able to do something with it. Of course, he has the speed to be able to force that throw. It's a fielder's choice, 6-4 in your scorebook. You cannot assume a double play, so no error given on the spiked throw by Nieves. 1 out, Jacob Steele. Up at the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Tapper, gonna be a tricky play for Kaufman, throwing and just in time at first. Good job by Kaufman on a do or die in wet weather to be able to throw out Steele on that one. Johnny Lutzo will step up, 0 for 1 with a walk today. He hit the ball clean his last time up, but it was another nice play by Kaufman. As he grabbed a 100+ mile/hour line drive, flipped up and flew it to first. Called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Altogether, if you're the RedPocket Mobiles and Coronado allows just 1 run in an inning, you'll take it considering the professional career ERA that sits over 20 right now for Coronado. Skips in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. That one bluffed the bat. They don't know where the ball is, and J.D. McLaughlin will head home to throw to the plate. It is out at home. And getting up and talking some trash is Coronado. After McLaughlin tried it, and the umpire says, like a parent managing a kid, Torres had no idea where it was, and then the throw made towards home. And that's a close one. Home plate umpire punched him out. Range Riders trailing 5-3. They do get 1 run back. Top of the 6th inning, RedPocket Mobiles with a 5-3 lead over the Glacier Range Riders. Up comes Justin Johnson to see the new Range Rider pitcher in the form of Alex Jankowski. Five to 3 scoreline. And that one's hit foul to the backstop. Count goes to 0-1. Johnson with the single up the middle and a strikeout. As Jankowski steps in on the season, very limited time for Jankowski. 20.25 ERA, 1 1/3 innings pitched, 3 runs against him. 3 walks and 1 strikeout for Jankowski, former Long Island Shark. Upstairs. 5-3 contest in what looked like it might be an offensive outpouring. Instead, it ended up being a couple defensive innings before more runs being added on last frame. Popped up. This will be foul out of play. Not easy conditions to pitch in, but for a kid in Jankowski that is used to pitching in the Northeast during a spring baseball season, certainly can handle it. Another New Jersey kid from Marlboro, New Jersey. Called strike 3. Johnson punched out, looking. Marlboro, New Jersey, not too far away from Edison, the hometown of the second baseman Zampella. I'm assuming these guys have played with somebody that has played with the other. That's just how it all kind of works. Called ball. If you're going to drive from Edison to Marlboro, it is 29 minutes right now. 28 if you take US Highway 9. This one now towards right center field, and he's got wings under it for Fret to be able to gallop into second base with a stand-up double. Take a look around the league scoreboard right now. Top of the 6th inning, 5-3 the scoreline here. Range Riders trailing the RedPocket Mobiles. Modesto up 8-2 on Long Beach. Could be a game where the Range Riders have a chance to grab a lead or a game on Long Beach if the Range Riders do come back here. Ogden's all over Great Falls, the Range Riders' next opponent, 9-0 in the bottom of the 6th right now, which the shocking thing is not Ogden putting up 9. It is the fact that there's nothing for Great Falls because Ogden's starting pitching has been very questionable. Already mentioned, it's a rainout in Missoula as this one hit towards short, fielded and thrown on target. Maury Weaver out, there's 2 gone. As up steps Harold Torres, 0-for-2, runner on third, ground out and a strikeout for Torres, who did have that nice play to catch McLaughlin at home in the last inning where Coronado was all over the celebration over top of JD. Tell you what, there was a throwout at home on a similar play where Shaver went for it from third in the Billings Mustangs Range Riders game. And there was an awkward collision at home. I think it was with Giblin, Jonah Giblin and AJ Shaver. And it actually ended up being that Giblin stepped on the hand of Shaver when that collision happened. And he needed stitches in the end and everything like that, so it hurt for Shaver, which, you know, it's a dangerous kind of play because the pitcher's not used to, you know, making a fluid tag there, and so it's kind of awkward, whatever. There's a pitch in the zone, 2-1. And it was an exciting play, but it was certainly not a stand over and celebrate play for the Range Riders. Skips in there. Good job by Lutzo to grab it. 3-1 right now to Torres, who on the season has a 118 batting average. He has just 2 hits in 19 at-bats. You don't want to give him the free pass and let him off the hook here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Ball 4, and they walk Torres to flip the lineup over to the leadoff batter in Bishop. You just have to be aggressive and attack Torres there and force him to take the bat off his shoulder. His only weapon this season when he's been in the contests have been a 400 on base percentage. So he's walked 8 times now. But he's also struck out at the same rate, and again, 2 hits. Force him to get a hit there. Just challenge him with your best stuff. That will not be the case, however, as he walks to first and runners will be on the corners with 2 outs. 57 degrees out there. Raining temperatures, a lot easier to say throw strikes to the pitcher than to actually do it in these conditions. As Will Oman will come out and have a conversation with Jankowski. Warm-ups going on in the pen. I believe that's Ryan Humphreys. Yes, it is. Just have to watch one pitch from him, and you can tell with his unique pitching style. Happy Sunday, June 28th to you. Game number 36 of this season. I am reminded of the game time, the game number, because of the daily lineup post by the RedPocket Mobiles, where not only do they let you know what game it is of the season and tell you the starting lineup, which is nice, they also have some very passionate captions. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. This one just upstairs. Count goes to 1 and out. Bishop is 1 for 3. Has a single as he shakes his head to a pitch that did hit the strike zone. I am growing continuously worried about if Bishop is aware of where the strike zone is, because it seems like he thinks every pitch that he takes is a ball. That one also hit the strike zone. He also I also just don't know. I can't read his body language. He's so spastic at times. Whether he's frustrated with himself, frustrated with the call, can't tell. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torres has 2 stolen bases on first, as this one is called just high and away. Count goes to 2 and 2. Five to 3 scoreline, but a runner on third right now. Can the Range Riders get out of a jam in the same way that Cade Walker was able to do so many times against Glacier? The 2-2, 2-out pitch. Misses off the shoe tops. Count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lutzow leads off the next half inning after he was at the plate with the eventual caught stealing at home. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th. And it's ball 4 and a walk and a little stare down as well from Bishop, who will head to first. Up comes Spence Kaufman. Kaufman 1 for 3, 2 ground outs for Kaufman. As Jankowski has allowed the bases to get loaded up here with 2 outs. His first professional frame was scoreless, and then he allowed the bases to be loaded and I believe walked 1 home before Hasty came in. Allowed a 2 RBI single, but then got out of it, so no more got against him. This one to shallow right field and just going to be enough. The throw will come in to the plate and cut off by Vredenberg. I don't know why he cut that one off. Whoa. That one looked like it would have had a pretty good chance to catch Torres at home. Instead, a Texas leaguer single makes it 7-3. RedPocket, and the day is done for Jankowski. It's a great throw by Fernandez home. Bishop goes first to third. At the end of the day, I think the biggest moment in this inning came with the walk of Torres when Jankowski was unable to find the strike zone against him. 7-3 scoreline, as the new pitcher into the contest will be Ryan Humphreys. Humphreys on the season has had some issues with finding the strike zone, but a 7.31 ERA, 16 innings pitched. 22 walks in those 16 innings. Opposing batters are only hitting .268 against the lefty. Two outs, top of the 6th inning. Runners on the corners after the 2 RBI single, bloop single into right by Spence Kaufman. Range Riders being out hit 11-3 here. Yeah, just 3 hits. And not to mention a fairly dismal clip with runners in scoring position. Look at the advanced numbers. In terms of quality ABs, the Range Riders are being out hit in that category 15-12. With runners in scoring position, the Range Riders are hitting 111 compared to 250 for the RedPocket Mobiles. Two out RBIs. Obviously, the Range Riders have 0, while there have been 4 from the RedPocket Mobiles. A 2-run blast last inning. And a 2 RBI single here. Humphreys will face off against Hector Nieves, 1 for 2. This one blooped on the infield, and it'll be 1 pitch to get out of the inning for Humphreys. 2 come across on the Kaufman 2 RBI single, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th, 7-3 RedPocket.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have. We're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it, because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group, and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too, and we like to win.
At Johns Manville, what we build starts with who we are. We are people champions, listening first, putting customers and teams at the center of every decision. We're driven by passion, always going the extra mile, always pushing ideas further. We perform, setting higher standards, delivering stronger results, and creating lasting value. And we protect our people, our customers, and the world around us, today and for generations to come.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning. Johnny Lutzo will lead it off against Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett, man who's played at a handful of different institutions, including his rookie collegiate season at Vanderbilt University. Garrett was injured midway through that freshman year for Vanderbilt. And I don't know exactly the nature of the injury, but I do know that on his sophomore profile, as he misses downstairs, on his sophomore profile on Vanderbilt's website, the head coach for Vanderbilt, Tim Corbin, was talking about him and said, Miles pitched for us early last year as a freshman before being sidelined for the rest of the year. This one hit into right field, should be down for a base hit by Lutzo, and it is. A base knock to lead off the inning. As a freshman, he made 9 appearances at Vandy, totaled 9 2/3 innings of work. Had a 1-0 record, struck out 1, walked 1 in his debut against Western Kentucky. He had good numbers that year, but whatever sidelined him for the rest of that initial 2021 season and kept him out all of 2022 for Vandy as that one hits Zampella, whose on-base percentage will continue to soar upwards. Up comes Alex Fernandez. Whatever that was, took a guy that was a highly recruited right-hander out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, where he attended Parkview High School. And he's never been fully able to click back into the control that he had. Just 2 walks and 9 2/3 innings as a freshman. And then he didn't play ball again until 11 2/3 innings in the Northwoods League. As that one gets by the catcher. And probably a passed ball to allow Lutzo and Zampella to each go up a base. It was when he made his return to baseball in the summer of 22 versus Mankato that in 11 2/3 innings he had 17 walks. And he really has not been able to rein that number down. The best that he did was his senior year at VCU when he had less walks than innings pitched, as he threw 25 frames and he had 24 walks. Still not the clip you expect from him, being such the highly touted recruit that he was. There's a called strike in there. Count goes to 2-1. 40th ranked right-handed pitcher in the country by perfect game coming out of high school. The 4th best right-hander in the state of Georgia, 9th best overall player in the state. This one up the middle, grabbed, and the throw across, handled by Dudley. Good job by Dudley to be able to make the play on that one. RBI ground out for Alex Fernandez. Kaufman, a decent play on the ground out. Zampella smart to, when he wasn't looked back to second at all, he said, okay, if you're giving me third, I'll take third. And does advance a base. Up comes Kyle Ashworth with a runner on third, less than 2 outs. 7-4 scoreline. Upstairs, count goes to 1-0. A left-hander warming in the pen right now for RedPocket. It's probably not Razakis, who appeared the last 2 nights. I'm thinking it's, as that one misses outside, I'm thinking it's Ethan Ross, who, never mind, it is Razakis, who they're going to maybe have appear on a 3rd straight night, which is not necessarily an unforgivable sin in the sport of baseball, but it is kind of frowned upon, especially at this level, to have guys go out there 3 nights in a row. At Parkview High School, Miles Garrett was 7A All-Region first team. He was a preseason All-American in 2020, his senior year. Was an underclassman All-American the year before. Swing and a miss, count goes to 3-2. They had their winningest season in school history, Parkview, under his tenure, 36-4, and he was a 2-time state 7A champion. Three-two is ball four. Up and away. Got a pinch hitter coming in here for Jake Millen, who is 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Up comes Carson Hornung, representing the tying run at the plate. Hornung the day off, but no longer, as he will come in to pinch hit. And the call will be made to the pen as the day's done for Miles Garrett. Just 1 out recorded for the right-hander, as Dimitri Young is saying, we need to win this baseball game. It has been, just like it's been 6 straight wins for the Range Riders, it's been 6 straight losses for Idaho Falls. They lost last Sunday, for RedPocket, they lost last Sunday versus Idaho Falls before a 0-5 start here in the Flathead Valley. As they bring in Razakis to inherit this situation. And again, I don't know if I've ever seen a Range Rider pitcher appear 3 nights in a row. That is something that this organization just kind of doesn't do. There was, of course, plenty of times when Justin Coleman appeared 2 nights in a row when he was the solidified closer for these Range Riders. But there was also 3 nights where there was close save opportunities, and he did not appear 3 nights in a row. And Razakis hasn't pitched a full inning. Last night, he was just getting out of a jam, but it is still something that you just don't see a lot, getting a guy hot 3 days in a row. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's what this is for a 7-28 RedPocket Mobile squad that recognize their role in the Pioneer League is maybe not to be the championship favorites, but winning is nice. And they have not tasted victory very many times this year, and for another night, they have victory within their grasp. But the past 3 nights, they all let it slip. Now they bring on Razakis, who's one of the better options. Razakis, 4.60 ERA. Opposing batters hitting just .220 against him. Can Carson Hornung find a way to continue this frame with a couple lefties coming up? It's a nice time to bring in a lefty, and he's really the only option that they have in terms of a solidified left-hander in the pen. Lofting in there, hitting the strike zone at 72 for Hornung, who on the season is batting .313. 2 home runs, 71 RBIs. The 0-1. And that one goes to the backstop. There will be a play at the plate, and this one's not in time. Zampella slides in safely on the wild pitch that scores a run. We saw one throw out at home when McLaughlin tried to take 2 on a wild pitch. It is not a second time striking gold, and Zampella does not get up and stand over the pitcher Razakis to celebrate like we saw when the tag was applied via Coronado on McLaughlin in a similar situation. That ball floats in there to make the count 1-2. 1 out. Warm-ups going on in the pen for a Range Rider right-hander. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Ashworth in scoring position on second base now. He advanced on that wild pitch and misses low and away. Count goes to 2-2. Hornung, the thing that I've really appreciated about seeing him is you can almost always expect a competitive at-bat from the left-hander. Power hitter, but he also understands he's not trying to hit a home run every time he steps up. 2-2. Up the middle and just beyond the dive at short by Kaufman. Green light to send the runner home, and Carson Hornung has himself an RBI single. It is 7-6. Range Riders right back in it, thanks to the clutch pinch hit single by Carson Hornung. Up comes Brock Vredenberg. He got a Hard hit double, 109. That probably left a dent on the wall in right field. His last time up. That one misses as he's really trying to pound that slider against lefties. Obviously, usually, that is the best pitch on a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Range Rider debut for Brock Rozakis in the zone. Or Brock Vredenberg against Billy Rozakis. Too many B names. The 1-1. Hits the outside corner, says our home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, Hornung on first base. Skips in, 2-2. A righty warming up in the pen. For RedPocket, they're running out of high leverage arms. Juan Abreu, of course, should be an option today. This one hit to center field and just hit it too hard right at the center fielder. 93 off the bat, but a hard line out in the end. Up comes Carson Garner. 1 for 2. Garner has an RBI single today. 7-6 scoreline, bottom of the 6th inning. If you're a RedPocket Mobiles fan, you're wondering how many times can games fall apart in the latter innings, which Range Riders have dominated over the past couple nights. Count goes to 0-1. Range Riders, thanks to a big 7th inning yesterday, helped out what their 7th inning margins are. But in general, this series in the final frames have not gone the way of the Mobiles. Fouled off again. Count goes to 0-2. Rozakis has allowed 2 runs since he came in this series, the Range Riders over the final 4 innings have outscored RedPocket 4-0 in the 6th, 5-3 in the 7th, 12-1 in the 8th, and 1-0 in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Rozakis gets out of the jam. The Range Riders do take advantage of the 2 on base that Hornung inherited, and they get a wild pitch and an RBI knock. It's a 1-run game headed to the final 3 frames.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Alex Bustamante takes to the bump. 7-6, RedPocket lead. As we're going to get some skill on skill here. Harrison Dudley taking on Bustamante. Jordan Harrison Dudley, 2 home runs today for the player coach. Bustamante, a 2.89 ERA. His 16th appearance. He threw a shutout frame last night. Fouled off by Harrison Dudley. The question in these final 3 frames: will it be the Range Riders finding once again the proper at-bats and pitching to push in front, or will the RedPocket Mobiles finally finish one off? And I'll tell you what, when you look at the margins of the fact that in the final 3 innings of this series, the 5 games that we've played, they've allowed 18 runs in final 3 innings. That's a lot. And certainly that is a number that should be talked about. But I will say continuously that there is onus that falls just as much on the offense. Last night, you don't get 11 unanswered runs with just your pitching allowing those runs. They're unanswered because the offense is not doing anything as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one, line shot into left field. It's a bullet, might bruise the hand of Kyle Ashworth at 102 miles per hour, but it's a catch made all the same. Unintimidated by the hot shot is Ashworth. There's 1 out as Bustamante gets the better of Harrison Dudley. And so I'm sure for, as we see a pinch hitter maybe. Just couldn't get the bat weight off. Hate it when that happens. First pitch misses down low. It's Josiah Chavez, who is 2 for 3 today. Popped out to shallow left field. His last time up. I'm just saying, if you are a RedPocket Mobile fan or family, as this one hit well to left center field. Chavez will have himself a ball down near the Carlisle sign out there, and a stand-up double versus Bustamante. If you're somebody on this RedPocket side, it's easy to run the bus over the pitching staff, but it is not, it doesn't take too long to look at the struggles throughout. I mean, there was an error by Johnson, the man up at the plate as well. The defense also has not made the necessary plays. It's been a Shakespearean tragedy of sorts, how they have found a way to lose games over this 5-game stretch. But throughout the season, I know that there have been some heartbreakers for RedPocket, a team that has good individual players, but that extra little bit of something to get more victories than losses has not been found as often as they'd like. 7 wins, 28 losses through 35 games. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second and Chavez. Off the hands there. Count goes to 2-1, 93-mile-per-hour pitch by Bustamante, appearing for a 2nd straight evening. Warm-up's going on in the pen. It's likely the end of the day for Razakis. Also off the hands. I do believe that is J.C. Coronado, who is wearing number 16. Ball 4 and a walk issued to Johnson. Up steps Keyshawn Frett with a double his last time up. Double and a walk. There's 2 on, 1 out here for Bustamante, trying to keep a cap on this one. Just as much as you could place some blame on different pockets of this RedPocket team, but that's too many pockets, on different position groups or anything like that on this RedPocket team. You can also look at the fact that as there's a first pitch into Frett here, fouled off. You can also look at the fact the Range Riders bullpen has been really solid for the most part. Even when asked to go a little bit extra, Daniel Charon did allow 1 run, I believe, and Jacob Hasty got him out of a jam to minimize the pressure against him. There's another foul ball by Frett. Count goes to 0-2. This has the makings of the final at-bat there from Carson Garner. 2 foul balls. The pitch is near the zone. And now can Bustamante also finish it like that Garner at-bat with a swing and a miss on the 3rd pitch. The 0-2, 1-out pitch into Fret. Put some mustard on it, up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Range Riders bullpen, especially this back end part of the bullpen, has been solid. Bustamante has been a part of a handful of the wins this week. Check swing goes back to Bustamante. The throw to second is good for 1. And they do get the lead runner on a ground out. Fielder's choice. Just was too slow rolling from Fret. Up comes Maury Weaver. Weaver a single. Strikeout and a ground out, 1 for 3. 3rd baseman today. Hasn't had to make a lot of plays over there at 3rd base, Maury Weaver. Been in the outfield the last 2 nights, but he's listed as a 3rd baseman on the roster. There's a called strike, and the count goes 2-0-1. Harold Torres waits on deck. 7-6 score line here. Runners going. Good jump. The throw will not come in to second base. Fret steals as Lutzo, I like the call to just bite the bullet, allow the stolen base, and gamble with your pitcher up in the count. Time taken. Oh-2. Call the ball outside. So I'll tell you what, he gives a hefty attempt to frame some pitches that are not actually that close at all to the zone, which is, you know, appreciated probably by the pitcher, but also throws me off up in the booth here. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bustamante strands 2 in scoring position. The inning ends 7-6. Mobile's lead. Welcome back, bottom of the 7th inning. J.D. McLaughlin steps up. 1 for 3, pop out, ground into a fielder's choice. He will be seeing J.C. Coronado. Coronado appeared on Tuesday, has not appeared since. After his brother pitched a few innings ago and allowed 1 earned run, and funny enough, it was his brother that placed the tag on McLaughlin at home and got up and had a little moment of celebration over the top of JD. JD probably feels like he's in a in a blender right now, going, wait, thought this guy was out of the game. I just looked at that guy celebrate over the top of me, and now his twin brother is standing on the mound staring me down. But a chance to exact revenge against the Coronado family from JD against JC. Obviously, that run, very, very big right now. If he would have been called safe, it could be an even ball game. A 3-0 pitch is JD will sure be happy to get to first base if a free pass gets him there. And that's exactly what happens. Mentioned plenty about Robbie Coronado, but JC has struggled to find the zone just as much as Robbie has. Little bit better numbers, but less pitches thrown. I believe they're switching out the hat with a new pitch comp. Or they did not actually put a pitch comm on it, but he needed a new hat because the hat was giving him troubles. Something needed to be swapped out in that hat. Now JD McLaughlin over there on first, and after another ball, 5 straight balls turned by JC Coronado to start this half inning off. The conversation quickly needed. Last year for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, Coronado had a 14.73 ERA, 3 2/3 innings pitched. He had 6 earned runs against him, 7 walks in those 3 2/3 innings. In 2023 for Northern Colorado, he had a 13.5 ERA, and in 2021 for Rocky Mountain, playing alongside his brother, he had a 16.88 ERA. That's a career professional ERA mixed with the 1 inning where he allowed 1 earned run on Tuesday. A career ERA of 14.02 for Coronado. I don't know what exactly was said there, but I did hear the umpire clearly say that I don't want to hear that again after that pitch was above the zone. And it was called a strike. So somebody put up a debate to the fact that, hey, just because he's thrown 5 straight balls doesn't mean that you can expand the strike zone for him. Probably something similar, but probably a little less kind than how I framed it. As there's a called strike, throw into second. Got him at second. Ooh, crowd doesn't like it. Count goes to 2-2, and the leadoff batter is thrown out thanks to a throw by Harold Torres. 2 balls, 2 strikes now into Steele with nobody on. First base umpire said that Steele did not go. You're in a tricky situation there if you're Steele, because you might have a good chance to make it to first if you just start running and say that you swung. But if you don't make it to first, then it really makes you look like you're guilty when you run to first. 3 balls and 2 strikes into Steele, who's 0 for 3 today. That one almost hit him, and it's ball 4. And now Range Riders probably really wish that JD McLaughlin was not caught stealing, because he would have got to second for free thanks to Coronado's inability to find the strike zone. Johnny Lutzo steps up. Lutzo, a single into right field against Miles Garrett to start the last inning, where the Range Riders were able to put 3 on the board. One misses the shoe tops. The thing is, with Coronado being all over the place here, I would just wait for a wild pitch to get you to second, because that's a pretty good chance. 1-0, 1 out. Into Lutzo. That one called a strike right down the middle. J.C. Coronado, like his brother from Corpus Christi, Texas. They are both exactly 24 years old, 291 days old. Fouled off. Took a piece out of Lutzo's foot. JC stands for Juan Carlos Coronado, 6'1", 170 pounds. Right-hander. They were 19 years old when they played for Rocky Mountain. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out pitch for J.C. Coronado versus Johnny Lutzo. Skips in, 2-2. Lefty warming up in the pen, and now this has to be Ethan Ross or Sam Cooper, who's 6'7", which it does not look like somebody that's super tall over there. I mean, Ethan Ross is still 6'2", but it doesn't look like the giant like Sam Cooper is. As a bluff back to first, a steal is toying with the mind of Coronado. It is Ross over there, wearing number 19. Gets a piece of this one back to Coronado. The throw is spiked and made at second. Lutzo beats it out for a fielder's choice is what it goes down as. I was really worried for Coronado there because I've seen his lack of control throwing into home, and I thought that ball might, with the slippery conditions out here, be heading towards center field. We got a pinch hitter coming into the contest for Zampella. Good job by Kaufman to deal with it and get his foot on the base. As a pinch hitter is Tommy Rover into the contest. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Time taken, and we're going to get a pinch runner at first for Johnny Lutzo. And our home plate umpire signifies it's a one-time runner, a.k.a. Drew Collins, to just replace Lutzo for this appearance on the base paths. And we'll see how long before he decides to possibly run. We have a caught stealing this inning, which of course opened up the door for an easier inning from J.C. Coronado. Danger is still not done yet, as Tommy Rover, 256 batting average, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. As the Jeopardy music aptly comes in, a pinch hitter, a pinch runner, a mound visit. As J.C. Coronado, I think he should be given one more batter. Ethan Ross over there, the loneliest place in the world it feels like, as this bullpen for RedPocket has nearly emptied out. There's actually 2 players that are standing a long way behind him, and they're just standing right next to the beer garden wall because the rain is slightly coming in where they're a little bit shaded by that beer garden wall. So they're doing whatever they can to stay out of the rain. Likely going to be the last batter either way for Tommy Rover as they set up a righty-lefty matchup with the switch hitter coming in, the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. If a walk is issued right here, I would almost guarantee that it will be Ross to come in and face Alex Fernandez to set up a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Drew Collins at first base, the 2-0 pitch. In the zone, called strike. Count goes to 2-1 on the range rider switch hitter. Second on the team in home runs with 5. 2 balls, 1 strike. Also a difficult situation for, I believe, Jacob Hasty warming up in the range rider pen. That one misses inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Range Rider bullpen is not in a much better situation, but they didn't have to go into their bullpen earlier, as early as Cade Walker exited the contest. The 3-1. Bluffed the bat. Did he go? No. Tommy Rover has already taken off his stuff by the time the umpire says that. It is another walk this inning. 3 walks, and you really think about that. Caught stealing out. Up comes Alex Fernandez, and Dimitri Young is out to bring the day to a close for J.C. Coronado. Oh, what a Sunday we've had here. It will be the 6th pitcher into the contest for the RedPocket Mobiles. The Range Riders have sent 4 up and are preparing to send a 5th in. It is Ethan Ross, who had a goldfish type outing because you want to have a short memory and forget that one. His last time up, Ethan Ross was a part of the late implosion by this Billings Mustang, or by this RedPocket Mobile squad. He did play previously for the Billings Mustangs, had a 7.31 ERA in 2024 and started the 2025 season with them before being let go, heading to Northern Colorado, and now starting this season with Yuba Sutter before coming back to RedPocket. He got 1/3 of an inning on Thursday and allowed 5 earned runs on just 2 hits. He walked 3. Unfortunately, the stats for 5 runs in 1/3 of an inning don't look very good. It is a 135 ERA. But it is not last place on the team. Sam Cooper with Infinity has the highest ERA on the team because he did not record an out in his inning. They're trying to find one more high leverage lefty arm out of the pen, and obviously 1 appearance is not the full proper example for Ross, who played at Washington State and then 3 years at San Jose State. And it is Alex Fernandez up at the plate to face off against him. Fernandez did not play alongside Ross because Ross's final season was the 2024 spring. And the first season at San Jose State for Fernandez was the spring of 2025, where he hit 361 for the Spartans. Clearly, these guys do know a lot of the same players that they played alongside, so they would know of each other. And probably there was a recruiting visit, I'm sure, for Fernandez where Ross was on the roster for. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Runners on first and second as that one misses in the dirt. Collins on second base with some of the best wheels on the team. Him and Fernandez both can combine for a ton of runs thanks to their wheels. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Count goes to 1-0 on Alex Fernandez. That one called a strike on the lower outside corner. Range Riders do have both challenges left, as do the RedPocket Mobiles. If anything's close, this is the situation to use your challenges. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. That one also called a strike, tapping the outside corner. These are great placement. On these last 2 pitches, it's put perfectly in that lower outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Fernandez 1 for 3 with an infield single. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard for the Glacier Range Riders. The pitch in from Ross, gets a piece of it, and a dive, jumbled with it. The throw is not in time to second base. It's an infield single for Alex Fernandez. Once again, he just does enough with it. And the Range Riders survive to see another batter. It's Kyle Ashworth with the bases loaded. Has not registered an official at-bat today. He has 4 walks. The rain seems to come down a little bit harder with the bases loaded around you. Ross with a high leverage bases loaded at-bat against Kyle Ashworth, who last night in the 8th inning with the bases loaded had a bases clearing double where he was thrown out at third trying to get it to a triple. First pitch was a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1 pitch in to Kyle Ashworth. Lots of speed on the bases for Glacier. Bluffed the bat. Did he go? No, says the umpire near third base, Matt Beaver. 1-1 goes the count. Ross allows the infield single, but still he pitched well there. You got to give him a lot of credit for coming up against the Range Riders leadoff bat with what he did. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. In this series, with the bases loaded, Kyle Ashworth is 1 for 1 with that double. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases stuffed. The pitch in. Tapper foul. Kyle Ashworth on the season, .351 batting average, 2 home runs, 25 RBIs. He does have a grand slam. It was 1 week ago today when he hit a grand slam versus the Missoula Paddleheads in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That's part of the blowout win. The 1-2 pitch. Downstairs. 2-2. Drew Collins on third. If a ball leaks by Harold Torres, Collins would have no hesitation running home. He is a violently aggressive base runner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch in. Fouled off. Great at bat, which we have come to expect from Kyle Ashworth. It's a quality at bat as the statistics go, but will it be a run scoring AB? The 2-2, 2-out pitch with the bases stuffed. Called strike 3. Ashworth watched it go by, and the Range Riders, who have struggled to bring in runs in scoring position today, they come up empty on that one. We head to the 8th inning of play. It is 7-6.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning. Torres will lead it off. Torres followed by Bishop and Kaufman here in the 8th inning of play. And it will be a pinch hitter. Never mind. As Andy Valdez will come in to face off against Alex Bustamante. Called strike. Count goes to 0-1 as attempting to reach-shock will be Valdez. Man, Range Riders have had some opportunities, and don't get me wrong, RedPocket has had some as well. Neither team has quite found that upper edge in terms of their clutch moments. Obviously, RedPocket maybe just a little bit more, and they've had those home runs, which have certainly helped. This one off the shoot toss, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Range Riders have stranded 10 on base. While on the other side, RedPocket has stranded 7. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Just want to tapper, hit over to first where Vredenberg fields and will tap the bag himself. And that's the day for Bustamante. Into the contest comes Jacob Hasty, I believe, who's been warming up over there for a while, probably with the anticipation that he would take off against, or that he would match up against Braylon Bishop, who he's had the better of. I will tell you, before this contest, I saw a handful of Range Riders talking out in center field, and Hasty and Bishop were both a part of it, which was funny because they had a stare-down moment, but it seemed like friendly conversation. I believe it might have been, I don't know who the other Range Rider was that was in that conversation, but it was Bishop and Hasty having what seemed like a friendly conversation out right before gates opened in center field on this Sunday afternoon. Jacob Hasty coming in and inheriting nobody on board and a matchup with one of the top bats for this RedPocket squad. Range Riders go from Mobile's enemies to Mobile's friends and rooting for RedPocket, as RedPocket will take their first games against the Missoula Paddleheads starting on Tuesday, a 3-game set between Missoula and RedPocket. Range Riders, of course, if you're a RedPocket fan, Range Riders and the Missoula Paddleheads, part of the best rivalry in the PBL. I don't really even know what would be in the same conversation as that. Maybe the first year there was, it felt more manufactured, a rivalry between then YOLO, the High Wheelers, and the Oakland Ballers, who were the 2 California teams. But it was, yeah, I mean, it was nothing really. Maybe the last couple years, Northern Colorado and the Rocky Mountain Vibes, a little Northern Colorado, Southern Colorado matchup, but it never had the same spice to it that you would want out of a rivalry where the Range Riders and the Paddleheads don't like each other. They play good contests back and forth. And obviously, 2 of the more well-established programs in the PBL. That one misses inside. Count goes to 2-0. Bishop versus Hasty, the 3rd time they've done battle this week. Hasty has won the prior 2 meetings. That one buckles the knees. Bishop, he has a very interesting response to really any pitch, unless he's swinging at it. The 3-0 pitch. Called a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Count goes to 3-1. Raining pretty hard out there right now. Not easy conditions to pitch nor bat in. As that one misses low and away. Ball 4, a walk issued to Bishop. Spence Kaufman steps in. Kaufman 2 for 4, had a bloop, 2 RBI single to shallow right his last time up. He also had a 2-run blast in the first. He's been a big part of a potential RedPocket win here, if they do find a way to hold on. Squaring a bunt, pulling it back, it missed the zone. Count goes to 1-0. Drops it down. It'll be Hasty's play to make. What a play by Hasty! Oh my goodness! Hasty went down, grabbed that ball down the first base line, flipped it to first base like Patrick Mahomes on a shovel pass to Travis Kelce or something like that. Oh my goodness. Jacob Hasty, the joking nickname that he picked up midway through last year because PK on color commentary referred to him as this, was the three-legged shopping cart, because at one point he was covering first and it looked like kind of an off-balance shopping cart. He doesn't look like the most graceful guy sometimes, but he makes some sneaky athletic plays, and that might have topped the list. Wow. It's a sacrifice bunt. So let's make sure that's clear. Kaufman did his job, but he really could have reached on that one. An incredible play by Hasty. 2 outs, and one of the fastest runners for this mobile squad on second base now in scoring position, with the possibility of being a crucial insurance run. First pitch to Hector Nieves is a ball. Counts 1-0. Runners going to third. Swing and a miss. No throw from Lutzo. Now almost surely a hit will score Bishop, even though I felt like a hit, unless it was an infield one, was going to score Bishop already with his wheels. But he gets his 9th stolen base of the season. 1 ball, 1 strike into Hector Nieves. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Bishop loves a big leadoff at third. Shaking out that left hand is Hasty. There was a brief pause after he made that phenomenal play where he was asking for a towel from the dugout to just fully wipe off his hand, get everything dry. Obviously, grip so important for a pitcher. That one delivered right over the heart of the plate at 82. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. For Jacob Hasty, ERA down to 6.23 coming into the contest. The 2-2, 2-out pitch. Couldn't get him to swing on that one. Ball in the dirt. Count goes to 3-2. Asking for a new, fresh dry ball to give to his pitcher on a 3-ball, 2-strike, 2-out pitch. With runners in scoring position in this series coming into the game, the Mobiles have been 10 for 47, batting .213 in those situations. The 3-2, 2-out pitch into Hector Nieves. Swing and a miss. The tag applied as Nieves punched out to end the top of the 8th inning. A friendly pass-by of Hasty and Bishop, who he chatted with before the contest. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-6. RedPocket lead. Welcome back, bottom of the 8th inning. This is when the Range Riders have struck each of the past couple nights, and the first pitch missing inside. Ethan Ross still out on the mound to face off the next two batters, who are both lefties, Hornung and Vredenberg. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Power hitting lefties, but the left-handed Ethan Ross to face them. There's a called strike. The question for Ross has been, can he hit the strike zone? And he's done it twice in this AB. The 1-2, pitch in. Up and in, nearly hit the hands of Hornung at 90 miles per hour. When Hornung has led off an inning, he's been 2 for 5 this series, reaching base. Count goes full, 3-2. Vredenberg waits on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no out, pitch in from Ross. Ball 4, and Hornung will walk to start the inning. Range Riders have used one of the bullets in their chamber, which is Drew Collins as a pinch runner. He is not eligible to come back into the contest now. The only available bodies in the bullpen, which I'll give you, one of them could be certainly used at a certain point. Donovan Ratfield is available off the bench. That one missing downstairs to Brock Vredenberg. I believe that's it in terms of options available. Yeah, that's it. Tommy Rover's been used. As this one hits the lower outside corner. Count goes to 1-1. A guy who was playing on the Jersey Shore not too long ago. A big Jersey connection this week. Zampella shows up, a New Jersey native. Jankowski shows up. He's a New Jersey kid. And then a guy who's been playing in Jersey. It's called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here, bottom of the 8th inning. Ross was up 1-2 on Hornung as well, but lost it. The 1-2 pitch. Whoa. Good ability to put bat on ball, because Vredenberg was fooled on that one, and he nearly was unable to come up with that, which would have really put him in a deficit. Time taken and a reset of the I almost said shot clock, the pitch clock. There's a play clock in football, there's a shot clock in basketball, and there is a pitch clock in baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's downstairs and low. Both sides have their challengers remaining. You can expect for them to use them if something gets called into question here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off. Range Riders have 6 outs to get at least 1 run to make this game a little more interesting. Of course, they've owned the 8th inning the last couple nights, and they have gone ahead in the 8th inning the last 2 nights. Swing and a miss. Vredenberg struck out. And there is 1 gone, bottom of the 8th inning. Up comes Carson Garner. Garner 1 for 3. Single, fly out, walk, and a strikeout. And this is the day for Ross on the mound. He dealt with 1 of the 2 players that he was given here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dimitri Young is emptying the cupboard to win the final game of this series. As Ross goes all the way around, gives some handshakes to his teammates. I'm assuming this is going to be Juan Abreu. Never mind, it is Agnel Miranda. Miranda has seen games implode on him twice in the past 4 days. Last night, he was the man who walked the bases loaded and then gave up the 3 RBI double to Kyle Ashworth. And 2 days before that, he was the one that gave up the walk-off walk to Carson Hornung in the bottom of the 9th inning. His stats still sit at 3.68 because all of those runs went down as unearned in the 8th inning. He did entice a ground out from the Range Riders second baseman in Zampella, but Johnson spiked it into the ground and the tying run scored on that play. And that's where you talk about, okay, where does blame go? It is not necessarily entirely on the pitching staff. Torres, by the way, it looks like he's re-entered to play catcher. He was pinch hit for in the last half inning. There's got to be something with what I see as their best bullpen option, Juan Abreu, where either they're trying to save him for the 9th, or maybe he's working back from injury, or there's question marks injury-wise to keep him from coming into the contest here, because it just seems like you would have to put him in. I would put him in for the 5-out save right now, based on the limited action they've seen from him in a 2.08 ERA and a shutout inning already versus the Glacier Range Riders. Up comes Carson Garner. I got sunshine rings out on a day where the sun has rarely been seen. 1 out. First pitch missing outside from Miranda. That pitch misses, and the count goes to 2-0. Mobile's challenge, and they're going to lose it. That was a bad challenge. Mobiles are down to 1 challenge remaining now, as Garner sees that one as a ball, and the count goes to 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Taking over the plate on a take all the way from Carson Garner. Swung on through the left side. Might have broke his bat on that one, or it was just the sound of the wet bat hitting the baseball. It's a base knock versus Miranda, and J.D. McLaughlin now will step up with a clutch opportunity. Didn't hit it super hard, but just a smooth swing on it. Up comes J.D. 0 for 3 is McLaughlin with a walk his last time up. Has reached on a fielder's choice as well. He was thrown out at home on that close play, a big swing and a miss on a 90-mile-per-hour fastball near the top of the zone. Count goes to 0-1. McLaughlin up right now. Waiting on deck is Jacob Steele, the 6 and 7 batters. There's a called strike in the bottom part. Count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. The 0-2 pitch into JD with dancing on second from Horning and a step off on the mound from Miranda. Agnel Miranda, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, played for the Jackals of the Frontier League most recently. 6'5", 225-pound right-hander. Nobody warming up in the pen. There's 2 bodies standing near the base of the beer garden, but that's it. The 0-2 hit on the ground, foul over near third. Rolled over the top of it. Foul out of play. Obviously, double play ball is in effect here with 1 out. McLaughlin has good speed to possibly beat out that, but he would rather put one in the outfield and maybe tie this game. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch in to J.D. McLaughlin. Bluffed the bat, did he go? No, says our first base umpire. JD, of course, had a close possible swing last night at the beginning of one of the tumultuous innings for RedPocket, where the first base umpire said he didn't go, and then promptly a player was tossed out of the contest for RedPocket. Don't even know who it was because he was wearing a sweatshirt and everything. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. A JD on an inside breaker. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Up comes Jacob Steele now with a clutch opportunity. 0 for 3 with a walk his last time. Range Riders have come up with clutch hit after clutch hit in the latter innings in this series to be able to push back against the RedPocket Mobiles. And now, they'll try and find it again. First pitch misses, and nearly trying to run to third was Hornung, but understanding you do not want to get a final out of this inning on the base paths. Hornung, decent speed, but not his strongest suit, so not going to go for it. And Carson Garner, got to give him credit on first for looking at Hornung and responding to what Hornung was doing instead of what he could have done there, as that one hit foul and off of the foot of Steele. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th inning. Even if Steele gets out, we are guaranteed a bottom of the 9th inning, where if Juan Abreu is not available, which there is a bullpen catcher heading down there right now, you got to think it's got to be Abreu to get up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch in from Miranda. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. It is a left-hander warming up in the pen. That has to be Sam Cooper, who imploded last night in the 9th inning, in the 7th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. A 7-6 score line. Swing and a miss. Steele punched out to end the inning, and we head to the 9th. We're going to play a bottom of the 9th. Lock in, ladies and gentlemen. 1-run lead for the Mobiles. Connor Housley enters the contest here in the top of the 9th inning. It is not a save scenario, obviously, with his squad down by 1. Could be a winning scenario if he is able to finish this inning and the Range Riders win it in the bottom of the 9th. You get a win for that, as there is a right-hander warming up in the pen now. And now, please tell me it has to be Abreu. A 1 count, no outs. In the next half inning, it is Lutzo, Rover, and Fernandez due up for the Range Riders. As that one misses just inside. They're giving the challenge to the Range Riders on that one. It will be confirmed as a ball. It just barely missed. Both sides, one challenge remaining. Jordan Harrison Dudley, 2 home runs. His home runs are the difference right now, part of the offensive effort. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Swing and a miss. Connor Housley on the season, 5.93 ERA, got his first save of the season on Friday night. 13 2/3 innings pitched, opposing batters hitting .260 against the Range Rider right-hander, originally from the state of Georgia, Tyrone, Georgia to be specific. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Called strike 3, and Jordan Harrison Dudley wants a challenge. He will win the challenge. That one missed, and the count will go to 2-2. .93, and it just missed by a couple pixels. The 2-2 pitch in from Housley. Bluffed the bat, it was upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Range Riders 21-14 on the season. 7-28 are the RedPocket Mobiles. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Checking on the scoreboard around the league in this 9th inning. Rain out in Missoula, Montana between the Mustangs and the Paddleheads. The Mustangs will head home for a rather pedestrian couple weeks to finish out the season in terms of the opposing records of their foes. 3-2. Misses inside. And a walk issued to Harrison Dudley after he overturned a potential strikeout with an ABS challenge. Runner on first to lead off the inning. Up comes Josiah Chavez. Modesto beats Long Beach today. That does open the door for the Range Riders to possibly be able to clinch a game on Long Beach if they win today. But they do need to be able to win. Downstairs to Chavez. Count goes to 1-0. 16-10, Ogden leads Great Falls in the top of the 9th inning. The Range Riders will play Great Falls for a 3-game series starting on Tuesday. Idaho Falls leads Boise 10-5, hottest team in the PBL right now. The Idaho Falls Chuckers, winners of 6 in a row. 2 balls and no strikes. Oakland leads Yuba Sutter 7-4 in Oakland, California. Runners going into second. It is a stand-up steal for Harrison Dudley. In scoring position with nobody out, and the pitch missed as well from Housley. Three balls, no strikes, nobody out. Ball 4 and a walk issued to Chavez. Look ahead to next week in PBL baseball. Like I talk about the pedestrian upcoming schedule for Billings, who has a fairly low magic number. Right now their magic number is at 8. It could go as low as 7 if the Range Riders do lose in this contest. I think we're getting a pinch runner as Marquise Jackson will take over for Chavez. So now speed on the bases is empty in the cupboard. This might be the entire roster for both sides up to the plate. 7-6 scoreline in the top of the 9th on this chilly Sunday afternoon. 4:06 Montana time. Corners are pinched in. I'm shocked that Fret is not being told to sacrifice bunt. Or this Justin Johnson, excuse me. Power hitter on this squad, but Just seems like you would want to drop down a bunt. Count goes to 1-1. Magic number for Billings is 8. If the Range Riders lose, it goes to 7 and 6 for Long Beach. And then, looking forward, Billings has a 3-game series where they'll play 4 total against Idaho Falls. They got to make up an old game. So really, there's a chance for Billings to clinch as soon as the 4th of July, before the end of next week for sure. After those 3 games, then Billings will head to Great Falls, and they'll play the 4th of July in the Electric City. The 1-2 pitch into Johnson. Hit foul. Good snap by the bullpen protector over there. And then next week, the Billings Mustangs host RedPocket for 3, and then head to Idaho Falls for 3. So for Billings, their final 13 games consist of 7 against the RedPocket, or against the Idaho Falls Chuckers, who are second to last place, but the hottest team in the league right now. 3 against the RedPocket Mobiles, and 3 against the Great Falls Voyagers. Those are the bottom 3 teams in the league. Count goes to 2-2. You think it's nearly impossible, looking at that, for Billings not to clinch a playoff spot. Hit foul by Johnson. Good at-bat here. A lot of pressure being put on Connor Housley. So do some good at-bats by the Mobiles. Another foul ball. Disengagement there from Housley. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 9th inning. RedPocket Mobiles opting not to drop down a sacrifice bunt with Johnson. The 2-2. Above the zone. 3-2. A ball would load him up with nobody out. For Fret waiting on deck. Runners are going for the double steal to throw into third. Safe and throw, but oh no! He fell off the bag, and the third base umpire is saying, no way, he did not. Todd Pratt is out and is upset with that call. The third base umpire seemed to have his mindset on calling it safe at third. And after the frustrating moment last night when Kyle Ashworth was called out at third on what looked to be a triple. And I will say, upon further review, we had dugout footage of Kyle Ashworth being safe at third. Maybe a little frustration bleeding through. And there's also an ask of the possibility of the swing and a miss from Johnson interfering with the throw down to third. The steal is successful, according to the umpiring crew. This one popped sky high. Steele calls everybody off, and the catch is made for out number 2. Maury Weaver stepping in. What an interesting inning, and honestly, maybe sometimes you need is to feel wronged by a call to just spark enough to get over the edge. Of course, it looks like the Range Riders will be going up against a stellar pitcher from the 5 appearances that have been seen from Juan Abreu, who did throw a scoreless inning against the Range Riders earlier this week. Called strike into Maury Weaver, who is 1 for 4 on the day. Runner is going, called strike as well. Count goes to 0-2. Stole base by Jackson, who the Range Riders were fairly uninterested in catching. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. An opportunity for the RedPocket Mobiles and Weaver. The pitch in. Buffed foul. This has been a feisty inning from RedPocket. Almost looked like the leadoff batter, Harrison Dudley, was punched before a ABS overturnment, and then he ended up with a walk, another walk, stole a base standing up, and now the 0-2. Fouled off again. Whoever has been warming up in the pen now says he's ready and is starting to walk towards the dugout. The 0-2 once again to Weaver, who's protect all the way. Housley fired in, called a ball. They ask if he went. I don't think it was particularly close. Count goes to 1-2. One, two out, top of the 9th. Pitch in. Sky high fly to center field. J.D. McLaughlin navigating the rain and making the catch over the shoulder. It's an out to strand 2 in scoring position. A little controversy on a possible caught stealing that didn't get called, but all's well that ends well, and ball doesn't lie. We'll see what happens in the bottom of the 9th.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome in, bottom of the 9th, 8-9-1 due up, but we will have a pinch hitter as Donnie Ratfield will step in place of Johnny Lutzo. New pitcher into the contest is Juan Abreu, who had a very kind of funky couple pitches to start his warm-up session. He was hanging out there for a long time as this RedPocket Mobile squad tries to find their first win ever at Glacier Bank Park, an 0-5 week. As Donovan Ratfield, pinch hitter, stepping in to try and spark a comeback. He has led off some of the late inning comebacks for this Glacier Range Riders squad. What can Ratfield, who on the season is batting .402 with 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, what can he do here in the 9th? Juan Abreu curls and fires, misses, count goes to 1-0. Abreu 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opposing batters have just 1 hit against him. A long leg kick again, and it misses. So free passes are an issue, but he has barely been touched this year. And he threw a shutout inning versus the Range Riders 2 nights ago. 2 balls, no strikes, and nobody out. That one almost hit him. Both sides have 1 challenge remaining. If they get one wrong, they're out. Range Riders trying to stave off defeat. Usually, a 5-1 series victory you're certainly happy with. Against the last place team in the league, you want to win all 6. That one misses off the hands as well, and Ratfield walks to first. Donovan Ratfield, now what do the Range Riders do? Because they're out of bodies, it is Lutzo that will re-enter for Ratfield because that's a designated pinch hitter. Honestly, I would also consider somebody like Aiden Elfring. Aiden Elfring is a two-way player in college and stole a couple bases. Sometimes you see guys be called upon in those moments, but also stealing some bases in his career and built with decent wheels is Johnny Lutzo over there. This one hit by Rover out to deep right center field, backing up and making the catch in the rain is Bishop. Well struck ball by Rover, but just not enough. I will say, looking at it now, Elfring has 8 stolen bases, while the career stolen base mark for Lutzo is 12. So, okay, Lutzo the better option, but just trying to get creative with it. Conversation happening as they try to figure out how to deal with Alex Fernandez. This is the big battle of this inning. Fernandez has 2 infield singles and a walk today. If you get by Fernandez, you start to feel a little bit better. Of course, you still have to deal with Ashworth after him, who's also swinging a very good bat. That was pretty good contact made to the tune of a deep fly out by Rover. Would have been gone in Missoula, not so much in the Flathead Valley, not in this rain-soaked Sunday afternoon. Pitch upstairs, count goes to 1-0. The Range Riders have one more late game magic moment in this crazy week. Outside, 2-0. Fernandez, of course, more than happy to take a walk. That pushes the game-winning run to second base, and with 1 out, the Range Riders would have Ashworth up at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch in. Over the plate at 93. Juan Abreu, originally from the Dominican Republic, was a part of the Nationals organization for a few years. Hardest throwing player on this squad, one of the only guys that consistently reaches over 90 miles per hour. The 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. It's not getting any drier out there. The rain continuing to open up and give the right-hander from the DR all he can work with to try and get a clean grip on the ball. The 3 ball, 1 strike, 1 out pitch, bottom of the 9th inning. Called ball 4, misses inside, a challenge, and they'll be out of challenges. That one did miss. Fernandez, usually you see on a called ball 4 that the guy just takes all his stuff off and starts walking down, even if it's going to be ball 4 or not, because they're okay with the walk. Fernandez, I think, wanted the bat in his hand. Kyle Ashworth with the chance to at least tie it, maybe do more. Tying run on second base. Ball upstairs, just upstairs. Range Riders again have 1 challenge remaining, and now out of challenges, finishing on the day 2 for 4 is the RedPocket Mobiles. 1 ball, no strikes, just 1 hit against Abreu this season. In the zone. Bases loaded, Ashworth struck out his last time up, but before that he had 4 walks. On-base percentage still sky high for the Range Rider outfielder. It was .536 coming into the contest. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Double steal coming, the throw down to third. It is safe at third. Lutzo steals third, and to second goes Fernandez. The pitch was called a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. What a gutsy play to send your catcher, and now the game-winning run is in scoring position on second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Abreu in to Kyle Ashworth. Torched up sky high and foul. I cannot believe the cinematic quality of the games that have been played here at Glacier Bank Park the last couple nights. Tuesday was a dud, as the infield is going back here, which essentially they're saying we'll give up the tying run. The 1-2 pitch in. Swing and a miss. Of course, it does not matter if the final out comes by way of a strikeout. Up steps Carson Hornung. 1 for 1 with a game at his fingertips. A base knock wins it. An out seals the first victory for the Mobiles over the Range Riders. I have said it, as we're going to have a conversation on the mound between Ray King and his pitcher. Keeping the entire infield back. Nope, they all want to come in. And now Kaufman feels out of the picture. They all want to talk about it. Conversation. Hornung, 1 for 1, single and a walk. His single went right up the middle. As with Fernandez on second base, you got to think that any base knock will score Fernandez, or at least have a very good chance. I don't think there'd be any situation where he'd get a red light. Of course, you really just have to think about getting a hit if you're the Range Riders, because Abreu's been largely untouched this year. Opposing batters have been so hard to be able to find contact. The first pitch in. Outside, no challenge remaining. Count goes to 1-0. If they did have a challenge, it might have been overturned. There is a situation where they do walk Hornung, and Vredenberg comes up with a game at his fingertips. 1-0. Fouled off by Carson Hornung. Count goes to 1-1. Hornung versus Abreu. Game on the line. A walk-off already for Hornung this series when he had a walk-off walk on a 4-pitch walk against Agnel Miranda on Thursday night. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and 2 on. Call the ball inside. Count goes to 2-1. If I'm Abreu, honestly, Hornung's swinging such a good bat. I'm kind of giving the unintentional intentional walk right now, honestly, and testing the new guy, Vredenberg, in his Range Rider debut. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swung on into right field. It's down for a hit. Green light to send Fernandez home. The sellout comes in. It's safe at the plate. Range Riders win. Hornung walks it off, and Glacier sweeps the 6-game series. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. The shirt comes off, and it was already wet and cold enough already. A Gatorade shower in the outfield as Hornung gets the 2nd hit off Abreu at all by anybody this season, and it's a winner. Wow. The Range Riders win. We're going to talk with Carson Hornung, I'm sure of it. What a win. Fernandez across home, and the Range Riders find a way in the most unlikely of circumstances. Oh my goodness, just awesome. Just awesome. Wow. Lauren Hill's going to be down on the sideline with the game-winning man, Carson Hornung, who was maybe more exhausted from the celebration than he was from the at-bat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Range Riders have their second ever 6-game sweep in franchise history, and Hornung finished it here in the Flathead Valley. We'll send it down to the sideline with Carson Hornung and Lauren Hill right now.
All right, Range Riders fans, I am here with Carson Hornung, who was supposed to have an off day today, but just hit our game-winning RBI. Can you walk us through what you're going through mentally when it comes to a situation like this?
Get the job done.
How cold is that water?
Really cold.
All right, and last question for you. How excited are you for the 4th of July here next weekend?
Really excited. It's going to be a fun weekend.
All right, thank you, Carson. Go dry off.
Not much to say from an out-of-breath and freezing cold Carson Hornung. Holy smokes. Man, a fun weekend here at Glacier Bank Park. We'll come back and wrap this baby up. Don't touch that dial. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. Scott Gladstone with you after one of the more incredible series I've ever seen at Glacier Bank Park just wrapped up. The Range Riders win 8-7 in a miraculous down to their last out. Were they down to their last strike? No, they weren't. They weren't down to their last strike. It was a 2-1 count. Oh, Nelly. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of words to say about this one. I hope you'll tune into the series in Great Falls Tuesday through Thursday, because I'll have more words at that point. For now, I am just going to try and grasp a hold of what just happened. Let's go over some scoring from around the league, because you know, we should do that. We should talk about what's going on around the PBL, and let's start with this game, because I want to get you the final scoring total for the Range Riders, who stormed back in this one 2 home runs in the first inning by Kaufman and Harrison Dudley. But then an RBI Millen ground out and an RBI Carson Garner single made it 3-2. Then another 2-run blast by Harrison Dudley. It's 5-2 before J.D. McLaughlin had an RBI fielder's choice. Kaufman had a 2 RBI single. And from there, the Range Riders clawed back. It was Fernandez RBI ground out. Ashworth with a advance to second on a wild pitch. Zampella scored on the wild pitch. And then Hornung, an RBI single before the game-winning 2 RBI single into center field. The Range Riders end up winning by a score of 8-7. What a finish. The winning pitcher will be Connor Housley, I believe, who pitched that scoreless top half of the inning. The losing pitcher will go in as Abreu, who did not finish off the save opportunity. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, trailing going into the ninth. The second time this season the Range Riders have trailed going into the ninth and ended up winning. This one was pretty fun. Let's look around the league. And I will tell you, the Range Riders gain a game on the Long Beach coast. They're going to keep pressure on the first place, well, now second place coast. Modesto, 8. Long Beach, 6. Shout out Kingston Liniac and the Roadsters for getting that victory. Ogden with the win over Great Falls, 16-10. Idaho Falls with the 12-6 victory. Here's a look at the game winner. As I just watched it back, you see the final slide in home by Alex Fernandez on the throw, and the celebration between first and second base between Carson Hornung and the Range Riders, who have won 7 in a row. Wow. Idaho Falls, hottest team in the PBL. They're going for their 7th in a row, and they're up 12-6 against the Boise Hawks. Oakland leads Yuba Sutter 8-6. A rain out in Missoula, Montana. Final score of this one, Range Riders 8, RedPocket 7. I will try to get my voice back, but for now, I will sleep all of tonight and all of tomorrow. Full hibernation mode until I talk to you again on Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, between the Range Riders and the Great Falls Voyagers, right here on our YouTube, as always, as well as Home Team Network and the Go Range Riders app for audio-only experiences. Huge shout out to everybody that makes this broadcast possible. It's a long 9-game homestand. The Range Riders just wrapped up. Get your tickets now for 4th of July weekend. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of spots, period, if you want reserved seating in the bowl. So make sure you get them now and find what you can. If not, general admission is always an option as well. And don't worry, it will be awesome. I promise you. Specialized jerseys every day. A wonderful 4th of July fireworks ceremony. It will be the biggest 4th of July fireworks show the Range Riders have ever had, and there's fireworks on Friday as well, but Saturday is going to be the big one. Sunday will be awesome. Those jerseys are yet to be released, but I think they might be your favorite, especially if you've cheered for any USA national teams. I'll say that much. Range Riders with an 8-7 victory over the RedPocket Mobiles. Hornung walks it off with a 2 RBI single. That does it for all of us here. A huge shout out to our production crew, as well as Christian Banda back in the HTN studio, who's been with us all week and making sure you get all these lovely replays and graphics and commercials and everywhere in between. RedPocket Mobiles will be back here on Friday, so I'll talk to the Mobiles fans in just a few days. The Range Rider fans will check in with you on Tuesday night from Centene Stadium, Voyagers Stadium in Great Falls, Montana. Until then, have a great rest of your evening. My name is Scott Gladstone. Stay safe out there.